Feeling a bit unsure about how to manage your finances? Do you wish you could manage your money better? Tune in to the Finance Makeover by ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund, partnered by ET Now, a show where we'll transform your money worries into investment wins. Get expert advice, practical tips, and real-life stories. Your journey to financial freedom starts now.
Hi, my name is Kartik Gore. I am working as a copywriter in Mumbai at a digital marketing firm. I am originally an engineer who went for a PG diploma in mass comm because I had a knack for writing. I like to read books, I like to watch shows and movies, I like to play games on my phone, and I like to spend time with my friends. My philosophy about money is it's not a priority for me. So my philosophy is just to want to be able to live my life and to be able to sustain my family. No financial goals per se, but I am trying to go for an MBA next year. So I will be doing that. I will be taking a loan for that. I have a mother and I have two elder sisters, both of whom are married and have a kid each. Just looking for anything anything which will enlighten me and which will help me gain some clarity about what actually to start, because I haven't begun per se investing or anything per se. So where to start from and what to do. I would rate my financial knowledge at 3.
Welcome to the Finance Makeover. Today we have with us Mr. Kartik Gore. Welcome to the show, Kartik.
Glad to be here.
Super. So Kartik, if you can explain us how is your expenditure pattern?
Yeah.
Like what percentage you spend on what items?
Yeah. So my salary is 38K all in hand, out of which 13K goes into rent and utilities like electricity and Wi-Fi bills and the cost for the maid. They cost me around 3 to 4K more per month, so that's 17K. And other than that, mostly my major expenses I would say on food, apart from rent, because we don't have like a cook. We haven't hired a cook, so what I mostly do is I order from outside. So that costs me a lot. So that costs me a living every month. So my major expenses is on food. And
so rent, food, maid is your primary expense head.
Yes.
And of course some amount of travel.
Yes, some amount of traveling from to and fro from the office. And I like to go out on weekends sometimes with my friends. So the expenditure that happens then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So majority portion is mainly rent and maid, then comes food.
Yes.
And then everything else.
Food can go, majority of it is food, like 17K is, I guess 30K tak, mera 13K more is on food only.
On food itself.
Yeah. It gets expensive.
So last में कुछ investment के लिए बचता है कि
नहीं बचता.
Nothing at all.
Yeah. I've been living from paycheck to paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Wow. So कभी thought आया कि you have to secure your future and you need to do something कि नहीं भैया life कट रही है, अच्छी चल रही है, there is no stress at all?
नहीं, डेफिनेटली थॉट आया कि सेव करना चाहिए, इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए, बट अभी मेरे पास वो लीवे ही नहीं है. आई डोंट हैव द रूम. तो जब तक वो रूम नहीं आ रहा तब तक आई नो आई विल बी एबल टू डू इट व्हेन आई गेट थोड़ा और फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल, आई क्लाइंब अप द रैंक्स, आई नो आई विल गेट इट. बट फिलहाल नहीं है. सो आई एम लाइक ओके ठीक है, अभी नहीं है तो अभी जैसा चल रहा है चलने दो. इवेंचुअली आई विल स्टार्ट इन्वेस्टिंग एंड सेविंग.
So have you heard the concept of SIP?
Yeah, I've heard. Yes.
Okay. So what is an SIP?
I'm not too aware of it. I've just heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
तो कहाँ सुना है आपने SIP के बारे में?
From my friends and online कहीं ऐसे randomly.
अच्छा आपने
my friends some of my friends most of my friends actually do invest in certain capacities, so I've heard it from them only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, systematic investment plan or SIP, what they commonly call it as, is a method in which you can save small amounts.
Okay.
So you don't have to have great amounts कि मेरे को तब जब बड़ा पैसा आएगा तो ही मैं डालूंगा. So you can start with as low as 500 rupees.
Yeah.
In certain schemes, SEBI has kept it even lower.
Okay.
So like 100 rupees.
Yeah.
So 500 rupees so definitely is what something that you can start off.
Exactly.
Over a period of time, if you keep investing. Now there are different types of funds. So it depends on which kind of funds that you invest in.
Yeah.
There is equity fund, there is debt fund, and there is hybrid fund. So equity funds are those funds which invest in the stock market.
Okay.
Primarily in different, based on your investment objective and your risk profile.
Yeah.
You may have to choose a fund which is, like a large cap, mid cap, or a small cap.
Yeah.
So depending upon your risk appetite, you can choose that fund.
Yeah.
SIP gives you an option to invest in smaller amounts.
Okay.
The reason is because with SIP you get the power of compounding.
Huh.
So do you know what is the power of compounding?
Yes.
So what according to you?
Compounding basically matlab it goes back to the basics when in school when we used to study about profit and loss. So matlab that from there I know what compounding is. Matlab compound interest ka concept I learned from there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is the power of compounding.
Yeah.
So the whole objective is that I'm not saying that your money will double.
Yeah.
But the money will grow at X percentage. If it keeps growing at that percentage, the principal and interest, then you that becomes the principal.
Yes.
So let's say 100.
Principal plus interest becomes the principal for the next
Correct.
term.
Principal plus interest becomes the principal for the next,
Yes.
compounding, for the next term, for the next compounding period per se. So let's say if you're earning 5%, 6%, 10%, whatever is the return that we get. So that 100, if suppose it becomes 110, your next year's principal is 110.
Yes.
110 pay, then it becomes 10%.
Yes.
So it is 121.
Yes.
11 rupees.
Yes.
So 10 rupees became 11.
Yes.
Total became 121.
Yes.
12 is your principal.
Yes.
Then it is again 12.1.
Yep.
That becomes your principal.
Yep.
So the moral of the story is that the power of compounding is what you can get at your age.
Yeah.
So I'm jealous because at your age, if someone would have explained me, I would have been much more happier today.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that, what's your age if I may ask?
26.
26. Right? So usually people tend to retire, or let's say that's what the average age of people in government, let's assume, is that you stop getting income at the age of 60.
Yep.
So 60 minus 26.
34.
34 years. You have 34 years to save, invest, and grow your wealth.
Yes.
So that is where the magic of compounding will work, and it can bring wonders to you. Kartik, can you also tell us about your dreams? So is there any financial goal or a dream that you have in your life that I want to do this, I want to buy a house, a car, go abroad? Is there any dream that you have that you wish to fulfill?
Not really. I'm not a very money-minded person, so to speak. I don't have like very big dreams that I want this car, I want a house in somewhere else. I just want to live my life comfortably.
Wow.
I am more into minimalism, kind of. Not ekdam extremely, but like a little bit.
Awesome.
So yeah, I just want to live my life and the family, my future family. All of them should be able to live comfortably. So luxury is not the aim.
Excellent.
Just comfort and sustenance.
Comfort and sustenance.
Yes.
Excellent. No, because that's why if you are going to have a minimalistic lifestyle, the balance money that you earn can go towards your saving and investments, which can help you give comfort in different ways to your family.
Yes.
So that's how the entire concept of saving and investments is.
Yes.
So saving is just keeping aside money. Investing is allowing that money to grow.
Yep.
So the whole objective is that we just don't save, we also invest. So once we invest, that will give us the power of compounding and other benefits that come with this.
Yes.
So Kartik, have you ever considered investing in shares?
Yes, I have.
So did you get any opportunity to invest in the equity market or the securities market?
No, I haven't. I have thought of it. I have never actually been able to do it. Yeah.
Okay. So what was that trigger that stopped you from doing anything?
Not having enough to actually invest.
Okay.
Was the first thing. Was the primary thing I would say. And other than that, matlab, my friends have been saying, matlab, have been telling me for years now actually that you should start investing because we have started, and they've also been singing praises of the power of compounding. So they have been trying to motivate me, but I just haven't been able to. I don't know. I'm not.
So you've been procrastinating things कि चलो करता हूँ, सोचते हैं,
Yeah.
देखते हैं.
And currently I feel I don't have enough. But like you told me, like I can also start with $500 a month.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I might actually start doing that. Matlab, I always thought that I don't have enough money to invest.
So that should not be your concern at all.
Yeah.
So let me, clarify one more thing with you.
Yeah.
So there are two ways of participating in the securities market or the equity market.
Yeah.
One is you go and buy shares directly. You open a Demat account, go to a broker, online, offline, as you feel, and you give an instruction to the stock exchange, you get shares in your account. You pay the money, the shares are yours, you get ownership in that company, and you are happy that you have stocks of that company.
Yeah.
And based on the performance of that company, the share price may go up or go down, as the case may be.
Yes.
Second route is if you don't have the time and the expertise to do research.
Yeah.
And as you said that maybe I have restraints or constraints of the amount that I want to invest in.
Yeah.
The second route is through the mutual fund route. You can tap the equity market through the equity mutual fund.
Okay.
So an equity mutual fund is who will invest completely into equity markets or into the
Shares.
securities market or shares, as you call it as.
Yeah.
So based on your risk appetite, you may want to choose a large cap, mid cap or a small cap fund.
Yeah.
In that, you can start an SIP of minimum of 500 rupees.
Yeah.
So basically, you invested in the share market, you invested 500 rupees in the share market every month, but not directly,
Yeah.
through the professional route. So you're giving your money to a fund manager.
Okay.
The fund manager is investing on your behalf.
Yeah.
It's like a plane.
Yeah.
You don't learn how to drive a plane
Yeah.
if you have to go from A place to B place. You buy a ticket and the pilot knows his job.
Yeah.
So similarly, in a mutual fund, the fund manager is your pilot. He's going to take you from X destination to Y.
Why?
That is the growth that you want in your money.
Yes.
You have to just be relaxed and you have to trust the fund manager.
Yeah.
And you have to understand his expertise. So there are different aircrafts available, there are different companies available.
Yeah.
You will choose based on your route optimization, which flies where, is there one stop, no stop, etc. etc. Similarly, mutual funds, there are different fund house and different AMCs available.
Yeah.
You have to choose based on the fund manager, what kind of investment returns he has generated, what is his investment rationale, how much is the risk that the fund is taking.
Yeah.
Based on these parameters, you can select the mutual fund and invest in the securities or the equity market. Kartik,
Yeah.
have you ever faced any emergency in your life, like an event which you never saw it coming?
Yeah, I have. Yes.
Would you like to share that with us?
Sure. So, in 2023, my father passed away. So that was something, matlab, none of us were expecting as it to happen too soon.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
So it was a sudden demise.
Yeah.
When this medical emergency happened,
Yeah.
did we have Mediclaim or?
Yes, we did.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is one more thing that through your example, I want the audience to know that Mediclaim is an important component of financial planning, and because of Mediclaim, it's like a cushion.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a financial emergency.
Yes.
Also, if I may ask,
Yeah.
did you have any emergency funds? Like, because this is an unforeseen
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, we definitely had savings, and it was not it was not a big issue because we had savings. So,
Okay, so you had you had some money which was kept as an emergency fund, which you could use at this kind of an emergency. Kartik,
Yeah.
what are your future plans? So आपने engineering कर लिया, उसके बाद आपने creative side में you did a postgraduate diploma in media and journalism.
Yes.
So now what?
Now I'm thinking of going for an MBA
Wow.
in communication management.
So approximately masters क्या fees रहती है?
So the fees would be around 25 to 30 lakhs.
25 to 30 lakhs.
Yeah, and
So
I guess that's just the tuition fees.
living
मतलब उसमें
and
living and yeah other expenses are
lodging boarding is separate.
yes
And of course, weekends are separate.
and definitely
So, how do you think you're going to fund this?
I'm gonna take a loan.
You're going to take a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's where we need to. This is one of your financial goal.
Yeah.
So in my previous question, when I asked you,
Yeah.
what are your goals?
Yes.
So first, one of the financial goals could be like a master's
Taking a loan.
program,
Yeah, yes, yes.
and you may want to start saving for it so that it can help you in the long run. So the whole story is that each goal, each future thing that we want to do,
Yeah.
everything ultimately boils down to money. There's a price for the dream, and we have to plan for that dream. And how we are going to, so it could be time cost, it could be money cost, it could be energy cost. So there are different cost heads to it. So in this, it's your time and money.
Yeah.
It's not just the amount that you're going to spend on your fees.
Yeah.
It is also the opportunity cost of that 2 years
Yes.
that you are not going to earn.
Yes.
So in my personal opinion, your MBA is not worth 25-30 lakhs plus
Yeah.
the living.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, what I
Yeah.
feel is your MBA is worth 25-30 lakhs living plus 2 years of lost income.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is that whenever you plan, also understand the concept of opportunity lost,
Yeah.
because opportunity lost is lost money.
Yeah.
So that's what you may want to consider whenever you are calculating your future dreams.
Yeah.
As to what is the money that I'm going to lose. That is why when we spoke about equity, investing, mutual funds, etc., the beauty of all of this is that it makes money for you even while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Which means if you're investing, if your money is making money for you even while you're sleeping, then you don't have to worry. Every day if you have to get up and go to work to get that money,
Yeah.
that's labor.
Yeah.
But when money starts making money,
Yeah.
that is where wealth is being made. That is
Yeah.
where growth is coming in.
Yeah.
Even if we start small.
Yeah.
The best part is, again, I'm telling you, I'm jealous of your age. You're just
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
And you have 34 years of career, active life.
Yeah.
So my friend, I think you have a great way ahead.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful talking to you.
Yes. Likewise.
Very, very interesting conversations. And really nice talking to you, Kartik.
Yeah.
And pleasure meeting you. And
Yes.
thank you for coming to the Finance Makeover show.
Sure.
On this episode with Kartikeya, we learned the following money lessons. Start SIP early to build investing discipline. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses to create an emergency fund. Start investing now to achieve goal of funding higher education.
After talking to Naveen, my finance quotient now is 6 out of 10. So thanks for that.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.